Yeah. The world is spinning way too fast. They're taking it all too serious. All these other channels out here acting so mysterious, complaining about the comments, starting fights and breaking rules. We're looking at the monitor and laughing at the fools, 'cause we're Mark and Jeff. Yeah, we're taking the crown as the baddest duo to hit this YouTube town. Matt Stark Media's #1 for content and fun. With two guys helping people laugh until the day is done. So stop all the crying, put the drama on the shelf and go lay by your dish and stop making everything about yourself. Yeah. They're clicking up the cameras just to stir a little beef. They need a little break and maybe just a bit of sleep while they're whining about the metrics, writing paragraphs of hate. We're exploring all the neighborhoods and cleaning up our plates. No time for the nonsense, no time for the cloud. If you want to see the real side, come and check Mark and Jeff out. Yeah, Mark and Jeff, we're taking the crown. The baddest duo to ever hit this YouTube town. Matt Stark Media's #1 for content and fun. We're two guys helping people laugh until the day is done. So stop all the crying, put the drama on the shelf and go lay by your dish and stop making everything about yourself. Yeah, the Midwest wild under Wisconsin skies. No fake apologies and no more little lies. We trade the drama for a good laugh every day. Join the Mad Stark flock and we will show you the way. 'Cause we're Mark and Jeff, yeah, we're taking the crown as the baddest duo ever hit this YouTube town. Matt Stark Media's #1 for content and fun. We're two guys helping people laugh until the day is done. So stop all the crying, put the drama on the shelf and go lay by your dish and stop making everything about yourself. Go lay by your dish and put all the drama on the shelf and take care of yourself. Mark and Jeff, we're Mad Stark Media. Let's fight together and help free Turtle Boy. We're out.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. I didn't even know we were having a guest, Jeff. He does this to me sometimes because he wants to see my reaction. It's like Christmas, right?
I saw Maylin on her show here this morning. I thought, well, it'd be good to come on here because she usually can clarify a couple of things about the whole Massachusetts thing and what's going on because she follows it so close and everything. So I want to get into a little bit of that, Maylin. And what was your story on today? I was trying to follow it. Mark had me trying to figure out his whole audio thing. And so what was the story on? Was it a mobster today?
It was Russell Clark. He was the last surviving gangster from the John Dillinger gang.
Oh, okay. All right. Because we were talking about Hoffa the other day, that where he's buried. Mark thinks he's at Giant Stadium in New York. I think he's in Lake Michigan, but I don't know where he is. You know, they got a bunch of things saying that Jimmy Hoffa is somewhere, but so what do you think going on, Maylin, as far as I mean, there's so much. If you watch Twitter X and you listen to what's going on there, you know, they're really piling on Colin right now, which I think Colin had something to do with it. I really do. And now it seems like, you know, everybody's saying, oh, he went to the Army to get out of, you know, the deposition and all that. He's not going to get out of it. But what are you thinking? What's going on there? Because now all of a sudden this whole 360 thing that they're bringing up, what tracks you, I mean, what kind of mother would, if that's what they're saying, what kind of mother would bring your daughter into court and have her lie about that 360?
Right, exactly. That actually really gets me really angry because I can't believe. I mean, well, we use the Life 360 for, well, our little youngest is now the only one on it. We give them the option when they turn 18 if they want to stay on it or get off, and the two oldest boys wanted to get off. But I mean, it is like if one of us loses our phone in the house, we can actually pull it up and look at the area of the house that the phone's in. So we
Okay.
know kind of which room to go to. I mean, that's how accurate Life 360 is. And if it's showing that Allie never went to 34 Fairview
To
and
pick
her,
him up.
then I don't get the mentality of, oh, no, you just got to go in and tell just this teeny little lie and everything will be fine. No, you're throwing her into the fire.
Right.
What?
Because Jen McCabe in the trial said that 360 is really good at pinpointing where everybody is, the kids and everything. And then she says that, Allie comes in, her daughter, Mark, and says in court on the stand, says, I picked up Colin Albert at 12:10 or 12:05, whatever it was the time. And now they're saying that the 360 that's coming out, that Allie McCabe never even went to 34 Fairview to pick him up. So that means Colin would have been staying in the house there and that he would have been probably involved.
Well, that's perjury right there. Somebody got a problem.
It seems like they just keep on and on. And do you notice now, like the antis, they sit there and go, wow, 360 isn't that accurate.
I mean, it's pretty, like I said, it helps us find phones in the house. It's so accurate.
Wow.
So, it'll show us like, the area that the phone's, it's so, yeah. And the perjury thing, I mean, it's just crazy. The whole thing is just crazy. And the more and more, it's a Pandora's box.
Yeah. It keeps opening more and more and more. And there's more Michael Proctor stuff, coming out every day. Attorney Scarpiccio. Mark, you got to look her up. She is,
she is
she's
awesome.
she's a fireball.
I just spell her name. I'll write it down here.
I don't know how you spell it. Do you think I know?
Rosemary.
It's Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Scarpiccio.
SCROPICIO, I think.
But it's Boston attorney, and she's representing a person that's up for murder, and Miles King, and Michael Proctor was lead investigator there, and of course he made some racist remarks, in his text, and Miles King is black, so I mean, there's going to be so many people getting out of jail and out of things just because of what Proctor has done.
And probably some people that deserve to be in jail are going to get out because he's a dumbass.
Exactly.
Right. And,
exactly. That's the problem is, real true criminals are going to be out. They're going, they are murderers and rapists and,
the thing with Colin, and I go back to it, it was so quick that Judge Bev wanted him out of, nope, you can't talk about him. He wasn't involved. Judge Bev Canoni wanted his name out of it. So you almost got to think that she knew. I mean, she definitely knew about Proctor's text messages. She knew about that. And
definitely. I do think that there is some type of family connection there because she was definitely protecting the out.
Is somebody looking into her background to see if there's any strings there?
The nice thing for
internet sleuths.
The nice thing for her, they're not elected, Mark. They're actually appointed.
They're appointed judges. Yeah.
So, when you have a dirty governor and everybody involved with that, I mean, we both know that Healy's record isn't very good with stuff that she's doing out there. So, it's just a complete, but once this thing started rolling, it seems like now you're getting a couple of judges that are like, we don't care. We're going to find out what's going on here, before we do anything. And it's just, I don't get why all this is coming out when this could have been coming out with Judge Bev, and she's the
Right.
one that suppressed it herself.
Right. Well,
So,
Judge Julian's the one who's actually started releasing it, which is,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it should have been from the beginning. It should have been Bev, since she was the first one to see it. First
I
judge.
got a funny story for you too, right here, Malin. I got to tell you about this. So I messaged Mary B yesterday in X, and I said, I watched her one night, and she looked a little worried. On her face, you could tell she had a lot of things on her mind. It felt like to me. So I said, "Hey, are you all right? Are you doing okay?" And she got back to me last night, and she said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah, everything's good." She had her ankle, I guess, the plate taken out yesterday, and everything. And I had a little bout too that I had to go and take care of. But so she texted me. She said, "Here's here's the number." Well, she put a number in there, and she goes, "Text me," or whatever. And I said, "Okay." And so I got excited. I thought maybe Mary B gave me April's number. It was Mary B's, but I was excited. I was excited. It was yours.
Who's April?
I'm honored to get Mary B's number too.
Stupid April, my girlfriend, my internet
yeah,
girlfriend.
Oh, jeez.
Right. Yeah. We all love silly April.
Yeah. How many of
Juice
these
is awesome.
So
stupid Aprils do you have? We got like 6 of them. He numbers them. It should be number 1, stupid April.
not a
number 2.
disappointment, Mary B. I was kind of excited. I thought, okay, maybe this is the way I get stupid April's number, but no.
She knows better.
You guys are all so protective over stupid April. What's going on here?
We know you, Jeff.
And she hasn't been back ever since I started making songs about her. She has not been back on the internet.
She's been in a couple of chats.
Oh, has she? Okay. All right.
Yeah, she's still dealing with a lot of real life stuff. So.
Okay. All right.
Oh, God, cheating, Jeff. Oh, now we're getting some juicy gossip.
MJ, you're still my girlfriend, yes. But and Dean's my boyfriend, just so everybody knows. So
He's everybody's boyfriend.
Not mine.
so, Mark.
Not that I'm not homophobic, obviously, but not my boyfriend.
So, Malin, should we touch on the fact of the other stuff that's going on? I mean, I got a couple of questions, and I know they're not going to be favorable for some people, but is it? I mean, Daddy talked yesterday, and he doesn't want anybody talking. Wants everybody to move on. There's one thing I didn't like, and I think you noticed it on X, is where he's kind of not. I'm talking about Daddy now, the refrigerator man.
Yes, I know who Daddy is.
And is he that naive that he just doesn't want to? I mean, he can go off on so many people, but then it gets like Machado and a couple of them. It's like he's blind to some things, and I don't understand if he's really that naive or what's the deal, because it seems like he's loyal to some of the wrong people that can change, that can turn on him.
I think he's really that naive. I really do believe he's that naive. Like, they're showing him, they're like, we're your friend. They do all this stuff for him. So he doesn't see that they're using it.
I mean, I understand that, with Will, he does the fundraisers. Okay. And I understand it, give him a lot of money. I would like to know how much Machado gives him out of her own pocket, because that's how I support him. I support him out of my own pocket. I don't do a fundraiser on here, but I support him out of my own pocket.
Right.
But he said yesterday what really bothered me yesterday is when he said, in the beginning she was real cool. She was this. But is he that naive that he doesn't realize that in the beginning she needed him to get her platform going? I mean, wouldn't we all be so lucky to have Turtle Boy come and say, "Hey, I like Maylin. You should be subscribing to her, and you should be subscribing to Mad Store." I mean, we'd all be great, wouldn't we?
I don't think I could handle that, to be honest.
But I mean,
I love how small I am.
Right. I mean, we're working at it. I mean, we're working to build it, and we're not going to owe Turtle Boy, which I feel Machado does owe Turtle Boy a lot. And
because if she would have been nobody, she was
Right.
still been nobody.
and then I watched a couple of her streams, and she was doing some things about her. She went on the old radio station that she worked for. It's an AM station, Mark, in wherever she's on, Fall River, I think it was. And she was looking for her old shows that she was when she was on there a couple of years ago, and she wanted to see if they were on the website yet. Well, she's not there, right? So they took the shows off the website, and she was like, "Those motherfuckers."
She's a cursor,
And
isn't
it was like it was like Town Square Media. Okay, I want to tell everybody, Town Square Media, that company, in that company, they have some very good people, very good radio people. She was on an AM station, an AM news talker, I think. So she probably talked about her political stuff. It was an AM station. Okay. And she's talking about a guy that she worked with that is now suing the radio company because he felt like he was fired because of age and disability and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, radio stations will fire you for literally, they'll fire you if you're making $1 over the budget that they had planned for everything. If you get to that point, they'll fire you. They'll get you out. If your ratings, they don't care if you've been there 50 years. They just don't care because they got to move on sooner or later is the way they look at it. And so they move on. But she went off on this Town Square Media, and I'm telling you, it's a good radio company. It's a good radio company, and she did not need to do that. And I'm sure she's going to say, well, I was defending my friend, you know? And
yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
I just
a lot. Like,
I questioned her on that and everything. And I don't, you know, she said, oh, this is the first guy that told me I had talent for radio and all that. I don't know who told, you know, no wonder he got fired, because if he did tell her that, that's the reason why he got fired, because she doesn't.
Malpractice.
And the thing is what she does on YouTube, you know, the YouTube thing that she does, and I'm not being sexist, I'm not being anything, but it's geared towards women. It really is.
yes. Yeah, she definitely does.
And she knows how to do that. And the thing is, Mark, again, last night, you know, when I was looking at some of the stuff right away, she was, you know, talking about, oh, you know, the money and all this. She's all about the money. I mean, it's about the money and what you can give her.
Money at least 4 or 5 times.
Right. And it's all about money driven and who can give her the money.
Isn't that why we're doing this, Jeff? I thought you told me, you promised me you'd pay me the $30 you borrowed from me back when we were in high school. Never paid that back. Never paid me back.
You know, I think her radio she thought she was the radio station. I mean, she really thinks that she was that good, I guess.
She does just, you know, she does show a lot of main character syndrome.
Oh yeah. I mean, when she got on, I think it was Sunday, and said, you know, if I was listening to me, I'd be mad too with all the talent I have. I mean, come on, who says that?
Me? Jeff, you're just holding me back.
I mean, come on, you can't say that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how big your ego is. And then, you know, every morning she starts out the #1 show in America at 7:30. Where is she getting that information from? You know, I want to look, because I want to look where it says on YouTube that it's showing that she is #1. That's a lie. You know, you start out with a lie. It's just like when I put on our stuff saying we're #1 for content and fun. It's a lie. We're not #1. I'm saying I'm #1, and that's what she's doing. And so it's just, I don't know. In this whole Baker thing, I mean, Maylin, I know, and you didn't get mad at me, and I appreciate that. And the thing is, I said what I thought about Baker. I said straight out, I don't get the sexting thing. I guess I'm over that age or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I texted Mary B last night, and, you know, there was no sexting. And it's, you know, I just don't know. I think if you're going to get into and I've said this before, if you're going to get into those conversations, then you better be ready for what bad things could happen from that, is the way I feel. And I know that you went to meet him and you went and hung out and everything. And I'm not trying to be mean with that. I'm just trying to be sensible. And that's what Mark and I have talked about, is this: if you don't want the backlash, then you shouldn't probably be doing it. And if you're going to get embarrassed, if embarrassment is the one thing that's really bothering you, and you think that you're being abused, well,
Jeff, that's really good advice. I appreciate you saying something like that. My nephew, Pat's son, is listening right now. Right. So he's a young man. He should know sexting is a bad thing. So Josh, don't do it. Don't do it.
So no, I mean, unless you're in a stable long-term relationship, and even then, right. I mean,
but he
never know your audience too. That isn't going to share it with everybody.
But he never met her in real life, right?
Right. No, they never met in real life. They sexted for 2 weeks, and so
it was longer. But I mean, I don't care if it was 6 months, but if you haven't met the person and hung out,
yeah, I think there's on both sides. There's been mistakes made.
And then
I respect you for your loyalty.
Yeah. And Jess Machado, she gets involved when she didn't need to get involved.
Absolutely not. Nobody needed to hear about their sex life.
No.
I'm sorry.
It sounds like she likes to tell everybody about it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. And it's like, I mean,
you're
not going to hear about my sex life. I'm married.
and I said, my situation is that, I mean, J7, as I do you, I appreciate everything you guys done for me and Mark in the beginning, and Tracy. I mean, when we started this, and we wanted to, to get to 100, we got to 100. And I cannot as a person, because loyalty is big to me, I cannot as a person just start ripping on J7 when I don't know the whole story. I know that he sent the package. I know that, they were sexting and everything. And I blame her for the same thing. Don't get me wrong. And she knows it. I've told her, it's like, I hate to say grow up like Turtle Boy says, but the fact is he's as goofy too, because he's doing the same thing, sexing with people when he shouldn't be doing that either with the stuff that he's into. And I just think that, and then everybody goes, well, that's what adults do for fun. What adult? I'm an adult. I've never done that for fun. I mean, I don't, maybe I'm built different. I don't know. Maybe I am. And I get it if you're in a long-term relationship. I mean, not a girlfriend type thing, but I mean, we hung out for, the past 20 years. We know each other really well. We've never, there was never ever any sexting.
Are you talking about you and me?
No. Okay. So I just look at it, and when people say, well, yeah, it's, it's just what adults do. I just don't agree with that. So
moving on.
What is MJ saying here? This is what I hate, that I read stuff here. Yeah, go ahead, Malin.
No, what MJ's saying, it's after Baker broke it off with her, she wouldn't let it go. She kept texting him. She kept, and anybody who would go on his show, she was texting him like, "You're dead to me. I'm going to." So it was the reaction to the breakup that Baker is more upset about than the relationship itself.
And people do get crazy when breakups happen. I mean, I think we've all been through that. I don't want to single anybody out. I mean, I've been through some things that have been some crazy things that you just look at and go, whoa, but I mean,
I've been through some really bad breakups myself. So it's like, but it's, an internet thing. To me, it was like an internet thing. So you don't understand the attachment.
Right.
After the breakup.
And I'll tell you, when you get in, I'm not no psychologist, but when you get into this whole emotional, situation where you get an attachment, emotional attachment can be just as bad as a sexual one or any kind of attachment, because you get your emotions.
Actually, I think it's more. Because your emotions are, and emotional scars never heal.
Right. And So I mean, when you look at it, and like I said, I both way. I like Baker's stuff. I think the sarcasm is great. He does a good job with his shows. But I mean, if you're asking for pictures and stuff like that, I just got to question that kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean,
this is getting a little deep on the sex.
It's just that there's got to be either they just both let it go and they both let it go, get away from it and just go completely away from it. And I know people don't agree with me when I say it, but I think J7 is really talented in this. If she'd get off the whole thing, and just
there's a whole bunch of us that do not disagree with you there. And underneath, we believe she's really a good person underneath.
Right.
Okay. So it's not turning. It's just like turning our backs on her. It's just, well, I know I personally can't handle the drama. I don't like drama.
Right.
And so I'm not turning my back on her. I'm turning my back on the drama. But right now she's just focused on that drama. So, but I mean, she is. She's incredibly funny. She's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
She's quick.
She could be bigger.
She's smart.
She could be bigger on this YouTube thing than Jess Machado. She really could. I mean,
she could run away with it, and she just get away from this drama.
Right. And not take everything as personal, and because Jess Machado can take stuff, and be so personal about it. And you're on YouTube. Yeah. And I get, really? A lot of this stuff is magnified because it is the internet. So we have it instant, all the, whatever you're going to say and everything. But I mean, as crazy as some people think J7 is, I'll tell you what, if I was in a fight with somebody, I'd want J7 on my side. If I'm fighting verbally or any kind of fight, I would want her on my side. I really would.
No doubt on that. No disagreement there.
So, but I don't, the drama sells. There's no doubt about that. The drama, people want to hear the drama. People want to get involved. They want to take sides. I don't think you need to take sides. I think you can go down to, the neutral part of it and just say, hey, I like J7. I like Baker. Let's figure this out. But if you guys can't figure it out, well, then there doesn't need to be a daddy come in and say, okay, you guys got to knock it off. Turtle Boy doesn't control me, and whatever he's saying, and they think, him and Will think, and I get it because they got so many subscribers. I get it. And they're in this community, but just because they're in the community but Turtle Boy's asking all of us for help. So it's not like he's the guy. I mean, if he had all the answers, he wouldn't be asking us for help, right? Is the way I look at it.
Yeah. And I think that's actually, I love the way the community has come together to help him.
And Will, I'm sorry. I mean, he's got more, what can I say? More warmth from this community than any community he's ever been in before this. I mean, you listen to some of the people that had known him from before, that's all he talk about is his drinking. And he's made some stupid things with his drinking where, he's went live or he's, been drinking one live and made some stupid phone calls and all that kind of stuff. And here, people are more warm to him and they give him that courtesy, I guess, when he messes up. And that's great. But that doesn't mean, yesterday he was going, oh, I hate it when people think that we're up here. No, you don't. You love that. That's an ego thing. Everybody wants to have a little bit of, success. And they got the success. So it's kind of, they think that they got to be the ones that rule the rest of us and tell us how it's supposed to be going and everything, But, and I know I'm going to probably, get some people mad and I'll probably lose a couple of more, but I'm already at the, what's been going on. Save, and that's great. I love that Save has an opinion. I get it.
Yeah, Save's wonderful. I love Save.
There's people that have been around here a lot longer than me. And what I'm going on is Save is that what she's done for me in the beginning until now. And that's where my loyalty is. I don't care about, what she's done in chats. She's been very respectful in this chat. When she's come in here, she's been very respectful. She doesn't give me any money, so she's not buying me off. She does. Nobody has given me money at all in this chat. And so, this is not a money motivated YouTube channel right now. Hopefully, someday, but we're still not going to be bought. If somebody's going to send us $100 and expect us to change our mind on something, well, that's not going to happen.
I might. I like $100. You can buy me. I'm for sale.
In her behavior on Twitter,
just not.
Yeah, I'm a capitalist.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
But I understand definitely what you're saying. Because I'm not ever money motivated, and so.
And I don't think you can be.
I totally respect your loyalty to her because she did do a lot. She did, before this whole Baker thing and everything. She did so much for this community.
Right.
I mean, she had these shady hats made and just sent them out. Like you tried to. I tried to send her money. I'm like, okay, what's your cash app, girl? What's your cash app?
She didn't want it.
No. So, yeah.
And I get saved.
So it's like
Save's been around.
It's so much good, and it's so hard to see her at where she's at now.
And Save's been around a while, and I appreciate Save being in here. I mean, she's been a big supporter too of this channel, and I appreciate that. And I like her opinion. I get it. That she rubs people the wrong way, and of course, she was outrageous with and out of control with the Baker thing. I mean, it continues. Yes, it does. And I wish I could sit her. I wish I could sit her down and she would actually listen to me and say, this J7, concentrate on the show and concentrate on how funny you are and how you can bring people together. I mean, because I really think that she could be huge. I really do if she just got out of the whole thing. But she's hurt, and when you get that emotion in, I mean, you just keep going. And it's hard to stop when you've in her mind been wrong, in Baker's mind he's been wrong, and and then the swatting thing comes out. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of things just on top of each other. They can't just get away from it all. And
Jeff, I think we have to come up with something that's so controversial that everybody talks about us like we're doing right now. So I'm going to come up with something really bizarro. And then everybody will say that Mark, he's just nuts. He's crazy. He's psychopathic. Some of those things are already true, but I got to come up with something like that, Jeff. So everybody talks about how goofy we are.
That is.
And the swatting really did happen. I was there. We pulled up.
Right.
We pulled up to the venue. The cop car was out front, and a couple of us, a couple friends of mine and I have been joking that we regret that we didn't take any pictures of the cop's butt because it really looked like he could spotlight as a stripper. I mean, like I'm sorry, the dogs are running outside, but yeah. So I don't really like any of the guys who are going to get, hey, somebody hired a stripper because that cop looked. It's pretty sweet.
You got to do it.
And he was really there.
To answer Save's question here, no, that's where I'm bothered. That's where I'm torn, is the fact that I don't like that how she treats others right now. I don't. I want her to move on. I do, but I also want to give her the loyalty that she did in the beginning for me, and the way she continues to give loyalty to me when I jump in her chat and I say hi and everything. But I don't like it. No, I don't. And that's what I'm torn about. What do I say? Do I stand up to that and say, enough is enough? I just wish it would all come back to her senses and just move on from it and concentrate on her show and get back to being funny. And I mean, she talked about last night, I don't know if anybody caught it, but she talked about what she's given in this community to different content creators. Did you hear about that, Maylin? She said it's up to like $13,000 that she's given out to people. And it's like, anybody that does that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if she'd give me $13,000, I said this isn't about money, but at that point you got to sit there and go, wow, whose side am I going to be on? But not that it's motivated by money, but I mean, you still got to think that, I mean, I just don't know, but I'm torn because I don't like it the way she treats others. I don't. And I don't think anybody needs to be treated like that. But Save, to tell you the truth, I don't think Turtle Boy should treat the people the way he treats the people, and I don't think Will should treat the people the way he does either. So I mean, there's all of them that have their traits of treating people bad, and some can say, well, they deserve it. I mean, I say that sometimes. I mean, look at my beef with JFK, but I gave JFK the props the other day because I don't trust him. Now, remember, I don't trust him at all. But he actually got on the show and actually did a really good job with the Turtle Boy breakdown and all that kind of stuff. And I gave him props about
exactly.
that. And so, I'll give him props, but I don't trust him. I think he can go back to the old JFK and be the leader of division. And I don't know how much division J7 has caused. She's caused from, of course, Baker, but I don't know how much of the division. I know that Jess has caused enough, and I know she supports Machado. So I mean, and I don't. I mean,
what did Jeff? So now you get to talk because Jeff's gone.
Right. So, hey, Dean. Yes, Mary. She does exaggerate. Here's what I'll say with the J7 because it's like I got to know her a little bit before the whole Baker thing and then the KMS thing. And StreamYard kidnapped our Jeff. But, so I hope that she gets the help she desperately needs.
Right.
I hope that she can come back to Earth and she can become the J7 we used to know and love.
Are you
because the J7 that's out there today, I cannot like.
Right.
I cannot support.
Are you suggesting professional help or just friend circle or
professional?
Oh, look at Dean's here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Hey, Dean, did you notice? Did you know that I have your a picture the butt that you sent me, and I used it as my avatar? I think I still have it. Yeah, there it is. There it is, Dean. Look at that. I used that the other day because somebody else uses their picture of their butt, so I was using it, and I told them I got that when I was sexting with you one night. How do you like that, Dean?
Jeff, just for the record, the people that know me that listen to us, they're like, don't do that again. They were highly disturbed. And then they said that I was sexting. No, it's just Jeff.
Only Jeff sex, okay, guys?
Yeah, not Mark. He is not in that world, and I'm not putting my butt up there, even though it's better than that one. But
Dean said he got the text too, though. See, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Mary said, she did. She really was trying the friend thing, and
what is this one? Personally, I feel
that too, but I really do think that J7 needs professional help.
Well, maybe
I think she's so far that she won't listen to a friend right now.
Right. Well, if she doesn't listen to Mary B, she's not going to listen to anybody, and that's my opinion. I mean,
mine too.
If you can't listen to Mary B and be level-headed, then I don't know. I mean, she wants to fight for Mary B. I mean, I heard that too out of Baker. I didn't like. That's the one comment I didn't like out of Baker's when he said about the other Mary B. It's time for her to take the other off, and she's the real Mary B. I didn't like that slam, and I know why he said it. But I mean, that's fighting words when you start picking on Mary B. I think so. But like I said, it's just something I wanted to bring up, and Save says a lot here, and I get it, and I know what everybody say. I know everybody looks at me and go, well, you're crazy for trusting her and everything, but I'm just hoping that somehow she does get to the part where she can get by this and get on her show and be funny again and really get going and being a positive person in the community. I don't know if it can happen. I don't until she decides to do it.
She can. Yeah, but she's the only one who can do it. And Mary, if you go and watch the very beginning of my show from this morning, you'll see that I actually do listen to you a lot.
And what does Dean say in this one, though? I listen to Mary B. Stop it. That's okay.
We love our Mary B.
Okay. And then what did Dean say here? He must have had something. Oh, look at that. He's shouting out to Mary B. Wow. Look at that. No, so
even Dean can't say mean stuff about our Mary B. No, so there you go.
Look at that.
She could be our Mary B.
And think about that, Dean. Don't you think that Mary B is really sounding good since she got that new microphone? I think she has. I think she sounds wonderful on that new microphone. So she sounded like you and Danny now. She's top notch, I think, up there with the Rat House Media. So no, so I'm going to put that to bed. I mean, I understand what everybody's coming from, and I know that, like I said a couple of days ago, I'll probably die on the hill that I'm on. But I hope that she just moves on. I really do. I just hope she moves on and concentrates on the show. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. My mom just got home from the doctors.
Oh, okay. All right.
One moment.
Say hi to Mom.
Yes. See, Dean said he'd never say anything mean about Mary B. Oh, he does say sometimes on Rat House Media, he does say mean things. Like he tell her shut up or something like that, which he shouldn't talk like that. That's weird.
No. Maybe we can get some highlights from Maylee's show this morning. What did she talk about?
She talked about it's about the John Dillinger guy. It's usually a mafia kind of thing.
You know what?
Gangster thing.
Maylee, do you know John Dillinger has connections to Wisconsin?
Yes, actually, John Dillinger was my first mobster that I covered.
Okay, yeah. So he's got a place,
and
I've never been to it, but I want to. I forgot the name of it, Jeff. Do you remember? It's near Rhinelander.
Yeah, it's near Minocqua.
Minocqua, exactly. And that was a big. I learned something yesterday, and we'll do a little more research. That Wisconsin has a connection to the Kennedy family. Those Kennedys are everywhere.
The sister, John F. K's sister.
Yeah, they put her in a mental
institution in Wisconsin.
I thought I had fresh news. My brother told me.
After they did the lobotomy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So Russell Clark is from Hippie Chick's town. He's very.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had fresh stuff, and apparently it's old stuff. You guys already know all this.
Mary B's connected to the Kennedys too, she said.
Okay. Did she ever come to Wisconsin to visit the sister in the institution?
Mary B, how are you connected? Did you know Teddy? You didn't go underwater with him, did you?
Yeah, she went
to go swimming
in Chappaquidda or whatever it
was. So Maylin, where do you think this is gonna I think Turtle Boy's gonna actually be they're just gonna stop eventually. I think they're gonna say, you know what, there's so much coming out. How do we convict him? With everything. What do you think? What do you think the end game's gonna be?
I think the end game's gonna be the same as Karen. And Turtle Boy's gonna walk out of that courthouse acquitted. That is cool. That's really cool. My distant relatives are murderers and bootleggers.
She's got the same last name as Jackie, right? When she was before she was married. So that's interesting, Mark. That she's related.
My brother Rob did some research on this. He was just Googling away trying to figure this out. He goes, "This is what you need to talk about." Go ahead, Millie.
I have the Detroit Purple Gang on my list. It's been requested. Right now I'm doing an Al Capone series, and on July 1st I'm going to talk about Al Capone. I actually have a little family.
Al Capone.
My great grandfather was one of his accountants.
Wow.
Not the one that turned him in. Not the one that turned him in. So from my stepfamily's from Oak Park, Illinois.
So the Detroit Purple Gang, who was that then?
They ran. Yeah, it's another mob.
Okay.
type of thing that ran Detroit.
Okay.
So they are definitely on my list of. There's so many gangsters and mobsters. I'm never going to run out of material.
I might have a guy to hook up with you as far as talking about. He grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and he went to high school with all these mobsters, and his mom was best friends with this, and I can't remember the guy's name, best friends with this guy's mom, and she always wondered why they got to go in front of everybody at the restaurants. And Dennis, you talked to him, Jeff, the guy we talked to out in Worcester. And
oh yeah, okay.
He even talks like a Chicago guy. You know, those guys are wise guys, you know. And he hasn't lost his Chicago accent, but maybe we can interview him and he can tell you all about the mobsters in his neighborhood and as he grew up with these guys.
So he's out in Massachusetts, right?
He's in Mass. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh, that would be so totally cool.
Yeah, he's got a mobster name. I think it's actually Russian, but I won't use his last name. But Dennis is a good guy, and he's a good. I think he'd be good to interview at some point. So I'll see if I can't give him a call and see if he wants to chat with you. But yeah, he's got a lot of good mobster stories.
Well, there's a lot of mobster stuff out in Boston. I mean, you had what's his face, the guy, yeah, Whitey Bulger, that our favorite acting assistant DA represented, and everything. But no, I'm just, I'm trying to figure out where they go with the Turtle Boy, with the charges. And Mark, most of his charges are witness intimidation. That's what they're getting him on. And one of them is that he went to a lacrosse game, a high school lacrosse game, to confront Jennifer McCabe and basically called her a cop killer and all this kind of stuff. Turtle Boy did. And, and then he had his megaphone that he'd go out and sit in front of their houses on the street, not on their property, but on the street. And he basically called cop killers and all that kind of stuff. And
he did that once. It was the Rolling Rally, July 23rd of 2023.
Yeah. So he'd do stuff like that. So then they charged him, with but all these charges, let's face it, you can look at the charges and say, okay, yeah, Turtle, like the forensic room. Oh my gosh. That Julie there. I mean, like Turtle Boy said last night, she has all day to go on every stream he did and pick out things that he said. And it's crazy, but he basically was charged because these corrupt cops wanted to silence him, and he went to jail for 60 days over it. They let him out. Well, guess what? He got louder with everything. And
one of the main cops, Proctor, who got fired.
Mm-hmm.
He actually texted his bosses and was like, "Can't we just arrest him already? Like, can we come up with something?" It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with people that go at the megaphones, but mainly I think what you need to do when you go to a press, some people that are, on the street corners and just protesting. Have you ever heard the term roll coal?
No.
You take the people that take their diesel trucks and they stomp on it and they blow these huge plumes of black exhaust on the protesters. I love it. I got a diesel, but it's a newer one and I can't roll coal, but I just want to just flog these sons of bitches and get them back into their rat hole where they came from. Okay. Did I just have a little bit of a rant?
You did, right there. A little bit of a rant.
I was looking at some way to work roll coal into the conversation, because these people, then they're choking with their little peace signs, and I'm like, suck in that black tar, you bastards. Okay, now I won't go to using water cannons. We'll leave that for another conversation. But
the thing with Proctor too is what he said. He goes, "I don't know how I passed the background check for state trooper." Mark, he actually said that in a text.
Yeah.
He failed the background check for Boston PD, but passed it for MSPD.
Somebody's not looking. Lack of detail. Now, those people are the ones that should be held accountable. almost they're in collusion that they look the other way or they're just too stupid to do their job. Either way, they should get fired for those things.
Yeah.
And Proctor wasn't just texting his buddies these horrible things. He was texting them to his coworkers. He was texting them to his bosses, and nobody said a thing. Nobody. So this is a culture in this area, especially the MSPD, because that's mostly who he talked to was the MSPD and Boston PD, and so it's and they're police officers with these bigoted ideas.
You got to wonder if there's any women that'll come forward that he took advantage of, with the way he was talking and everything, and because he basically admitted rape,
Right. I am hoping it was just locker room talk.
Yeah.
To be honest, but if he really did do something to somebody, I hope she knows that she has the support.
Yeah.
Because she wants to support.
We talked pretty nasty in the locker rooms, but this never. That was not locker room talk. That's perverted, twisted, a felon kind of talk. I would embarrass to say that stuff in the locker room.
Right. I mean, it's crazy stuff.
That guy is shit. I'm sorry for the profanity, but
if he was sending this to one or two cops, I got to believe he was sending it to 10. I just have. I mean, I. And
10
I wish,
or 20, yeah. I don't believe he was just sending it to one or two people.
Yeah, and I wish Tully was in one of them. I really do. The way he was so smug on the stand, as long as that Gallagher too. I just wish that they would be involved with it, with the text messages but there's so many of them.
We need to stay tuned for Tully. I think we need to stay tuned for Tully. I just have a feeling because he out of all of them, Tully is my arch nemesis up there.
No,
he's the one I despise the most. His hands are in everything. He knows everything.
Would you like to roll call into his house?
Yes.
I would love to roll call his house.
I just think that this thing was such a, from the start, good. Whoever called Proctor to get involved that day, that January 29th, 2022, whoever made that call for him to be involved, that's where it started. If it was Berkey, if it was Good
call. I think it was Good called Berkey and Berkey called Proctor. I think it's how that happens.
Well, do you think though that maybe Higgins called Berkey and then Berkey called Proctor?
That's possible. That's possible too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's possible too.
Because I was thinking that. If they were so close, because remember, Higgins did say at the retirement party that Berkey was the guy. If you ever had to hide the body, Berkey was the guy to go with you to hide the body.
So not the smartest thing to say at a cop's retirement party, but yes, he did.
So, and of course, they lost that part of the speech. They couldn't find that one. That part.
Just like they lost the 25 minutes of Tully Ford.
That part was cut out, Mark. They don't know.
I don't know why you're questioning that. Happens every day. There's nothing weird about that. Nothing strange.
You look at that. I just think that Higgins might have called Berkey, and Berkey then called, maybe Good was involved at that point, and then Good said, well, Proctor's out there. So then they got Proctor involved, and but then it was just downhill. And then when Brian Halbert said, how many people would have to be involved to have a cover up? Well, yeah, the people that you got involved. That's how many. That's exactly how many. And the people that were in the house, I think those people in the house, the other girls that were there for Brian Jr. and all that kind of stuff, I think something could have happened in the basement or in the garage, and they would have never known about it. But I bet you they're all thinking about it now.
Right. And when you and I were talking the last time, my theory is that it was Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, Colin, and Colbert were all in the garage. John walked up to the side door, went to knock. They're in the garage. They're like, hey, buddy, come over here. Karen seen him go up to the side door, but then she said she started playing around on her phone. So she wouldn't have seen him go off into the side. And I think, they just started. Right. Right. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, that's true too. So I think, and they started the, roughhousing, whatever. Maybe Helen said something, stupid, or Higgins is like, if you don't watch out, I'm going to steal your girl, something, you know. Words were exchanged, punches were exchanged. Higgins' Jeep was in the garage. One of them punched him. He fell, hit the plow of the Jeep. Then, when that happened, Colin ran to get Nicole, tell her something's going on in the garage.
Yeah.
And so when Nicole ran into the garage to find out what happened, Chloe went with Nicole. Guy on the ground. Chloe, I believe, was trained, and she grabbed his arm.
I wonder if we'll ever find out. I really hope we do, so that he can rest in peace. But I just wish we could find, if they just, somebody would leak. And the only way you're going to do it, though, is if you put pressure on, like Proctor or whatever, and he decides to talk. But I don't think he'd do that. I think he'd take the coward way out, and he would,
they're going to find one of those people that they'll give immunity to and say, okay, you tell us everything you know, you won't see prison. Someone's going to leak. I mean, just the way you guys describe the lack of intelligence of this whole crew, someone's going to be stupid and, did I say that? I didn't mean that. They're going to slip.
I don't know if it's Mark, if it was lack of intelligence. I think it was just that they got away with so much for so long, they thought they could get away with this too. They were able to cover up things for so long on everything else that they thought, well, this is simple. We'll just pin it on her and we're good to go. I mean, Matt McCabe.
Remember, they expected her to plead out. They expected her to plead out. They never expected it to go to court. They never expected her to fight back.
Matt McCabe, Jen McCabe's husband, said straight out, if she pleads out, it's a plead out, and if she doesn't, it's going to be an episode. Well, guess what? It's an episode.
Yeah.
It's a whole damn series now.
It's a series now.
It'll happen. Somebody's going to break sometime.
I mean, Colin would be the guy, if he was involved, he would probably be the weakest link to break. And I still think, I still think that Chris Albert was there. I don't know why I think that, but I think he was there in the house.
I do too. I believe he was there too. I believe Chris Albert was there. I believe that Chris is the way calling it home, especially considering Allie's, Life 360 didn't show her even going anywhere near the house to pick him up.
Right.
He had to get home somehow.
And I think Kevin Albert was involved later. When they moved the body, I think he was involved.
Can't they track their cell phones? Don't they know that they were in the neighborhood at least?
They said that they couldn't get the cell phones because Brian Higgins and Brian Albert threw their phones away on a military base. But
Brian Higgins, what he did is he took his SIM card out of his phone, destroyed it. He threw his phone into one dumpster on a military base and threw the damaged SIM card into another on a military base. Higgins, the day before the sequestration order for the phones, he went down and upgraded his phone and turned his whole phone in.
Brian Albert did, yeah.
Did they explain why they did that? Why did he do the get rid of his phone and SIM card? Did he say?
Because it was time for an upgrade.
And that's when you upgrade, you usually spread them across the city or the state.
I personally done that myself, but to each is their own, I guess.
Yeah, I might have to start doing that.
I also have never gone to the FBI and used their machine to pull out specific text messages.
I got every cell phone that I've had in my lifetime.
Really?
Yeah, I got, remember when they went about that big, and I got
an old one here that's about 15 years old, and we can't figure out what are we going to do with it.
A lot of mine are just paperweights right now, but it's crazy that they went and just got rid of them, but that's because you're trying to hide something, and that's why they did it. When you look at it, I got to we try to keep this to an hour, but I got to show you this. I got this in the mail. And I thought it was pretty cool.
Are you sure we want to see this? Is this something? Because you've gotten other stuff in the mail that you shouldn't.
I got to show you this. This is really cool stuff. All right. I got a friend that's really important. He's an important friend. He likes to he likes to show his weight a little bit and push people around. But look at I got this. I got to show you, see if I can get it over my microphone here. I don't know if you can see it or not.
I can sort of see it. I'm guessing it's Blake's things.
Access, Blake's show, all access. Oh my gosh, you go into one of his shows and you have all access.
Look at he sent me a bunch of all access passes. There's like 4 of them just in case I want to come to shows. And this is the guy that says I asked for too much, and so he's sending me stuff.
Tracy's so cool. Oh my god.
Here's another one.
Who's saying Tracy or Blake? Tracy did.
So, and then what he did, what was really nice of him, because I'd never been to the CMA Awards and I've always wanted to go and all that kind of stuff. So what he did is he sent me his CMAs when he was there, his backstage pass and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
So,
didn't get you in though.
No, but I mean, it was nice that he thought of me and he sent that up and sent me a bunch of swag stuff again. He got me another hat and got me another pullover. I mean, he's such a good guy,
Are you still going to Chicago on the 12th?
On July 12th, I'm going to Chicago. Yeah. And
unfortunately, I got a wedding on the 11th.
Yeah, too bad for you.
Yeah,
I didn't really ask you to go anyway, but I mean,
you told me we're going to do.
You offered to go. I mean,
this is how funny it is. He'll say shit like that. His whole thing was, Mark, we'll go down there and we'll go backstage and we'll do a show from there. And now he's blowing smoke saying, "Oh, I never asked you." And I told him I'd never go to a show with him until Blake calls me up and personally invites me. And now I'm just going to reiterate that, Jeff. I'm not going, even if you beg me. So there. I'm going to the wedding. It's going to be a lot more fun than hanging with you. Knock it off.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out, I wanted to get to where we're all equal. And every time I go to click on something, then StreamYard decides to kick me out. And I don't get why it's doing that. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
then you
was being really funny today. And it was being really funny with me before I started my stream. And then afterwards, it was like acting weird too.
So everybody that comes in here, how do you like Mark's new microphone? That's pretty nice, huh?
I got a black sock or whatever you call this coming today, so I don't have to talk into your. They didn't have any other fancy colors. I wanted some different colors.
Are you sure it's going to fit the mic?
I measured it, so okay. Hey, it was $6. So if it doesn't work, I'll bill you the $6 because right now I'm speaking into the red one.
I had a black one here. What, you don't like red? Red is like a
no. I don't want your saliva.
I never used it.
Mic thing here. I can smell you on this microphone, and
I never used it.
You're a liar. It smells like Jeff. And I'm telling you, Jeff. Nobody. It's a good thing you're on the camera and you don't have a live studio.
Look at him. He's so mean. I mean, one thing he's saying, "Oh, yeah, Blake's out. Go to Blake's out," and then all of a sudden he wants me to be nice and actually take him to Blake's out.
You've never been nice to me in your life from the.
Have you ever been to a Blake Shelton show?
I've never been.
Never saw him live.
Oh yeah, once. Okay, you're right. I was there. I was working. I went to a show in a softball diamond, and he put me to work. I had to take care of insurance things. I had to, get him a soda because he was,
That's right.
Give me a short. He would snap his fingers. He was just like, "Come on, get to it, Mark. You're not moving fast enough." So yeah, I've never been to a free show.
Well, Maylin, I
I
appreciate you jumping on. I like that whole gangster series. I like that whole, because I was really into the gangster stuff when I was young, and read a lot of books about all the mafia stuff and everything. I really like that you do that.
I'm not get you hooked up with Dennis.
I'm not so certain though that I like that whole thing on Friday. I mean, that gets a little weird, that one, that blood countess or whatever, man, that was kind of weird. And what was even more weird is that Mary B really got into it. I mean, she knew a lot about it. I mean, that was even more weird.
She did.
Mark, there was the one they were talking about that whacked 650 people back in, like, I don't know when it was, like in 1600.
1600s.
Have you done anything on the Valentine's Day massacre?
Not yet, but it is definitely on my list.
Because I think one of the lead mob guys is the guy I was speaking about, that Dennis's mom hung out with his mom for the Valentine's Day massacre in Chicago. Yeah, they whacked a few people there.
Well, that whole Chicago, Milwaukee, only 90 minutes apart. There was a lot of things going on back in the day, back and forth from there.
Well, the Ballesteros was the big Milwaukee mob name.
Yeah, the Ballesteros and also the Bonanos were big in the Milwaukee area.
Eliottos.
Yeah, Eliotto was. And then Chicago was Accardo was the big one for a long time. Anthony Accardo.
That might be the name.
Anthony Accardo.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
He was a bad dude. I mean, he was.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, he was involved in the Valentine's Day massacre.
I think that's him. I think his mom was nice, though.
I think the family is nice.
That's good.
I'm going to call Dennis later today and ask him about this.
Awesome. Yeah, on Fridays I talk about different serial killers from any time frame. So he happened to catch one from the 1600s.
Yeah, we got like 4 of them here.
Then she had last week, wasn't it? You had the lady from Florida. I didn't even know about her. Wasn't it last Friday?
Yeah, Eileen Warnos. Yes.
You ever hear about her, Mark?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, she killed 7 men.
She had it coming.
She was killing men. I mean, she had an upbringing that wasn't very good either. But there was something about men that she didn't like, and she was offing them.
Sounds like one of your ex-girlfriends.
There's a couple of them out there that would like to off me. There's no doubt about that. I had one that said in the breakup, something had happened, and she goes, "I love you and I hate you." And I said, "Well, that's all right." And she goes,
50-50.
She goes, "You could be willing to cross the street, going from one side of the street to the other, and I think I could hit you and run you over." And I went, "Whoa."
So what does that tell you, Jeff, on your relationship with women? You better maybe examine something.
Are you attracted to crazy women, or are you driving them crazy?
Maybe I'm like Turtle Boy, and I just picked the wrong ones.
Yeah,
that could be it too.
Not likely, but could be.
The ones that I pick, and I'm not being mean, but the ones I pick think that I'm the Blake Shelton concert goer, and that's what happens 7 days a week. And they don't really see what reality is sometimes.
And that's good.
And they think that it's fun and games, and it's going to be concerts and meeting people and all that kind of stuff. And that's only a small part of my life. But I think that's what they think going in, and they go, "Wow, this is pretty cool." And everything, but then it changes quick.
Yeah, that bubble gets popped real fast. Just trust me. So this is the time I feel like I'm finally busting you up, Jeff, because he lies about me all the time, and I just got to take it. I mean, the shit he has said about me that I did to him in high school, all lies. So now
there's a couple of other stories that I can bring up, but I'm shocked, Mark, that you have not got on to one thing that I thought you'd get on today.
What was that?
And I thought for sure you were going to hit me with it right away.
What was that?
Have you ever seen, and I'm just going to ask you two, have you ever seen where a person has dyed their hair and their beard?
You're black. I noticed that, but it was subtle. You said it was going to be green.
Have you ever seen where somebody's dyed their hair black and dyed their beard black, and they actually came out of it looking 15 years older?
Yeah, that's true. No, I think the black is good. I grow a full beard and I shave it, and my wife doesn't notice for like 3-4 weeks. It's like, how can you not know? So it's sort of a running joke. I'll grow a goatee and I'll shave it, and we'll talk about it all the time. And then she just doesn't notice. It's funny.
We got to bring her on too. We get some stories about you.
They're all about being a loving husband.
I would like to hear the story about like when you met, like how you asked her out. I could just see it. It'd be like, Julie.
I can tell you, it was at a brat fry in Sheboygan.
I can just hear it though. You'd say, "What's your name?" She'd go, "Julie," and then you'd say, "Oh,
nah, it wasn't that subtle."
You want to go and hang out someday?
I carried a half barrel up from the basement at a fundraiser for a girls' softball.
She thought you were strong.
I was strong. It wasn't a thinking, man.
We're
Back
gonna
in the
find
day,
out.
I could do some stuff.
We're gonna bring her on.
No, you're not.
Well, Maylin, I appreciate you jumping on here and with us and listening to the goofiness, and I appreciate your loyalty that you've been with me, even though I've said some stupid things. And hopefully, we get through this with adding to our YouTube channel. And both of us, please go and subscribe to TC. And Boston, if you're in here still, will you put the link to TC Maylin and her channel, please, for me? And please go subscribe if you're going to be a replay person watching this. Please. And Maylin, you've been great, and I appreciate you jumping.
And it was very nice meeting you, Maylin. Nice chatting. And I'll figure out.
Whenever you want to come back on, you just let me know, and you can come back on, and we'd like that. And it's always nice to have you on and at least talk about some of the things that I want to catch up on the Boston thing. And Mark hasn't done his homework the way I want him to do his homework.
I didn't know you were having a guest. It would be nice to tell me. How about that? Yeah, he doesn't share. He's never been a sharer. I mean, with his toys, nothing. So if you would have told me, I would have researched our guests and had some intelligent conversation instead of this goofiness I'm doing.
And Dean, thanks a lot for taking time out of your day and coming in here and being nice. You haven't said anything really bad in the chat. I had my hand on the mouse to kind of block you if you're gonna be mean, but you didn't. And see, and I kept on taking myself out of StreamYard. So no, Dean's a good guy. Dean's been a great supporter, and I appreciate like I said, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Save, talking the way she did. I mean, I'd rather have people tell me straight up what's going on than going in a chat and saying, "Oh, I hate that Mad Stork guy."
Boston wants me to keep going. I guess that spill the tea is what to say in out east. We'll pour that tea out by the gallons if you really want to. I got a lot of stuff.
And I mean, I'm always gonna appreciate all the chat rats. I'm gonna appreciate Danny and Dean, Mary B, and everybody, Laline and Lubin. I appreciate him too. And like I said, this is when I started this. I mean, let's face it. I wanted to get to 100. I thought it was funny when it started, and my real motivation, and so everybody knows, was because for 3 years we were going on Facebook. Tracy and I were doing sports talk on Facebook. And so for 3 years, we had 1,350 followers on Facebook, on our Facebook page, but we never really did YouTube. And then I started branching off on YouTube, and he'd only get 1 or 2 views or 3 views. And I'd pick on him and everything about that. And he'd always say, "Well, look at Facebook. No, we're doing really well on Facebook." Then when we did this, and it started gaining, people and everything, well, I would text him and say, "Hey, I'm at 50 right now." And he goes, "Shut up, you're not." I said, "I am." And then when I last texted him and I said, "Hey, we're at 450. And he was, I forget where he was, but it was later at night, and he was getting ready for a show. Actually, he's getting ready to go on stage. And he said, "I saw it." And I said, "Oh, you're watching it now?" And he goes, "No, I just saw it. I just kind of ran upon it." I said, "Yeah, okay, whatever." So
we're at 478.
So he admits finally that he was kind of bringing me down and everything, but he'll be back. Tracy will actually be back with probably on the show, probably the end of July, first part of August is when we'll get back because Blake will do most of the month here now in June and then July. And then I think he's got a couple in August, and then Tracy will get back on Mondays and kind of do shows and everything. And it's always a lot of fun because he'll be talking about what's going on the road. And plus he'll have a lot of stories about July 12th because I plan on getting in trouble with him on July 12th. So it's going to be a good time. So, but Maylin, thanks a lot for coming on. All right. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mark. Jeff, I love you.
Love you too.
I love you.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys. All right.
Take care. Have a good Wednesday.
Bye.